Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today we are diving headfirst into the world of quantum computing. You might be listening because you keep hearing quantum everywhere,
Yeah.
and you want to know what all the fuss is about. Or maybe you have that big meeting coming up, and quantum computing is like the topic, and you need to, get up to speed.
Right.
So whatever the reason,
Yeah.
by the end of this deep dive, you'll have a solid understanding of the core concepts of quantum computing, its potential impact, and even some ways
Yeah.
you can start exploring it yourself.
You know what's really intriguing about quantum computing is that it's not just about making computers faster. It's a whole new way of thinking about processing information, one that draws upon the often bizarre rules of quantum mechanics, which governs the behavior of particles at the subatomic level.
So instead of just doing calculations more quickly,
Yeah.
it's actually tackling problems in a whole new way.
Precisely. This opens up the possibility of solving problems that are currently impossible for even the most powerful supercomputers, problems that would literally take billions of years to solve with our current technology.
Wow, we're talking about cracking problems that are practically timeless.
Yeah.
But let's back up for a second before we get too far ahead of ourselves. How about we unpack what quantum computing actually is?
Sure. At its core, quantum computing leverages the principles of quantum mechanics to perform calculations. Now, quantum mechanics describes a world that operates very differently from our everyday experience. For example, imagine a coin spinning in the air. It's not heads or tails until it lands. That's kind of what it's like in the quantum world. Particles can exist in multiple states at once.
Okay, so we're dealing with a whole new set of rules here. It sounds like we're stepping through the looking glass into a completely different reality.
Yeah, that's a great way to put it. And this new reality introduces some incredible possibilities. And the key to unlocking this potential lies in something called a qubit.
Ah, the qubit. I've heard that term thrown around, but never fully grasped what it means. It's like the quantum version of a bit, right?
Exactly. In classical computing, a bit can be either a 0 or a 1. But a qubit, leveraging that spinning coin concept we talked about, can be both 0 and 1 at the same time. This is known as superposition, and it's one of the core principles that makes quantum computers so powerful.
So it's like a qubit has superpowers,
Yeah.
able to explore multiple possibilities at once. But how do we actually control these qubits and get them to do something useful? We need a computer, right?
Correct.
Not just the theoretical concept.
Yeah, absolutely. And just like classical computers, quantum computers have both hardware and software components. Focusing on the hardware, a quantum computer is comprised of 3 main parts. First, there's the quantum data plane, which is where the physical qubits themselves live. Think of this as the heart of the system. Then you have the control and measurement plane, which converts digital signals into instructions that manipulate the qubits. This acts like a conductor, orchestrating the whole process.
Right.
Finally, you have the control processor plane and host processor. This is like the brain running the quantum algorithms and allowing communication with the world of classical computers that we're familiar with.
It's fascinating to see how each part plays a crucial role in this intricate quantum orchestra. It's, speaking about algorithms, that's where the quantum software comes in, right?
Precisely. Quantum software developers create specialized algorithms designed to take advantage of the unique properties of qubits, like superposition. These algorithms are essential for tackling problems that classical computers simply can't handle.
So while the hardware is critical, it's the software that really unlocks the potential of quantum computing. It's like having this incredible instrument, but needing a skilled musician to actually play it and make beautiful music.
Exactly. And when it comes to building the hardware itself, the race is on. It's not just one type of quantum computer being developed, but a whole variety of different approaches.
That's like a quantum menagerie out there.
Yeah.
What are some of the leading contenders in this race to build the ultimate quantum computer?
Well, one approach uses gate-based ion trap processors. This involves trapping ions, which are charged atoms, and manipulating them with lasers. Companies like IonQ are leading the charge with this technology. Another approach involves gate-based superconducting processors, where qubits are made from superconducting circuits. Cooled to extremely low temperatures, giants like Google and IBM are heavily invested in this area. There are also photonic processors that utilize light for computation. Then you have neutral atom processors, using, as the name suggests, neutral atoms as qubits, and Rydberg atom processors utilize the unique characteristics of highly excited atoms.
It's amazing to see such a diverse range of technologies vying for the top spot. It sounds like each approach has its own unique advantages and challenges.
Absolutely. It's still early days, and researchers are exploring various paths to discover, which will ultimately lead to the most scalable and powerful quantum computers. We also have quantum annealers, which deserve a mention.
Annealers. Tell me more about those.
Okay. Quantum annealers are particularly adept at solving specific types of optimization problems. They use a physical process to find the lowest energy state of a system, which corresponds to the optimal solution to a problem. Companies like D-Wave Systems are the pioneers in this field. And there's a company called Pascal that has developed software specifically for running chemistry simulations on their quantum annealers. They call it qubits.
qubits, I like it. It sounds like the software is already putting quantum computing to work on real-world problems. And that brings me to a big question. What's the ultimate goal here? What can we actually do with quantum computers once they become more powerful and readily available? What's all this talk about quantum advantage that I keep hearing about?
Yeah, that's a question everyone is asking. Quantum advantage refers to the point when a quantum computer can outperform a classical computer for a practical task in a way that's consistently cost-effective and efficient. The truth is, we haven't quite reached that point yet.
So we're on the verge of a revolution, but we haven't quite crossed the threshold.
Exactly, but the progress is happening at an incredible pace. Researchers and companies are making breakthroughs all the time, and when quantum advantage does arrive, it's predicted to revolutionize entire industries.
Okay, now you've really piqued my curiosity.
Yeah.
Which industries are we talking about here, and how will quantum computing change the game?
Well, one of the most promising areas is machine learning. Imagine quantum computers helping us develop even more sophisticated algorithms capable of analyzing truly massive data sets. This could revolutionize everything, from financial forecasting to medical diagnostics. Think about predicting market movements with unprecedented accuracy or identifying diseases at their earliest stages.
That's incredible. It sounds like quantum computing could have a truly profound impact on healthcare and finance. Are there any other areas where it's expected to make a splash?
Absolutely. Optimization is another incredibly exciting area. Quantum computers excel at finding the best solution among a vast number of possibilities. This could revolutionize logistics and supply chains, making them incredibly efficient. Imagine optimizing delivery routes to minimize fuel consumption or designing complex manufacturing processes to reduce waste.
So we're talking about making the world a more efficient place, which is definitely a good thing. What other transformative potential are we looking at here?
Well, one of the most mind-blowing applications lies in its potential to simulate complex systems. This could unlock breakthroughs in materials science and drug discovery. Imagine designing entirely new materials with unprecedented properties, or simulating the interactions of molecules to develop life-saving drugs with incredible precision.
Oh, we're talking about quantum computers potentially leading to a future with new wonder materials and cures for diseases that plague us today. This is amazing, but it all sounds a bit far off in the future, doesn't it?
Well, the future might be closer than you think. And the best part is, you don't have to wait to start exploring the world of quantum computing yourself.
Wait, really? How can I get started right now?
There are a couple of great options. If you're eager to get hands-on with quantum algorithms, you can start with a quantum emulator. This is software that simulates the behavior of a quantum computer on a classical computer, allowing you to experiment and get a feel for how these algorithms work.
So it's like a quantum sandbox where I can play around without needing access to a real quantum computer.
Exactly. And if you're ready to take the plunge and try your skills on an actual quantum computer, you can access cloud quantum computing services offered by companies like IBM and Google. These services let you run your code on real quantum hardware remotely without the need to invest in building your own quantum computer.
Wow, so the quantum realm is just a few clicks away. This is incredible. I'm already feeling like I've learned so much about this fascinating field, but I have a feeling we've only scratched the surface, haven't we? What other wonders await us in part 2 of our deep dive?
Oh, yeah. There's so much more to explore. In part 2, we're going to dive deeper into the practical applications of quantum computing. We've discussed the potential, but let's get specific. What are researchers tackling with this technology right now, and what breakthroughs are on the horizon?
I am ready to hear about real-world solutions. You mentioned machine learning earlier. What kind of progress are we seeing in that area?
One area where quantum computing is making waves is in developing new types of machine learning algorithms that can handle far more complex data sets than anything possible with classical computers. This has massive implications for fields like drug discovery, where researchers are using algorithms to analyze huge amounts of data to find promising drug candidates. It's like having a superpowered detective sifting through mountains of evidence to pinpoint that one critical clip.
So instead of real research and testing, quantum computing could significantly speed up the process of developing new medications. That's a game changer for sure.
It is. And it's not just limited to medicine. Quantum machine learning is also being used to improve financial modeling, helping institutions better manage risk and make smarter investment decisions.
So we're talking about not just scientific breakthroughs, but also a real potential to make our financial systems more robust and efficient.
Precisely. And let's not forget about optimization, which we touched on earlier. This is another area where quantum computing is poised to have a major impact. Think about the complexities of optimizing logistics and supply chains. In our globalized world we're talking about, coordinating the movement of goods across continents, managing inventories, and ensuring timely deliveries, all while minimizing costs and environmental impact.
It sounds like an incredibly intricate puzzle with countless moving pieces.
Exactly. And quantum computers are uniquely suited to tackling this kind of complex optimization problem. Researchers are already using quantum algorithms to develop routing algorithms for delivery networks and to optimize the allocation of resources in manufacturing.
That has the potential to streamline global trade, reduce waste, and potentially even lower prices for consumers. Pretty amazing.
Absolutely. And then there's the potential of quantum computing.
Yeah.
To revolutionize the field of materials science. Imagine designing new materials with tailor-made properties, from super strong alloys for lighter, more fuel-efficient vehicles to advanced polymers for flexible and durable electronics.
It sounds like something out of a science fiction novel.
It does, but this is the reality we're moving towards. Quantum computers are giving us the tools to understand and manipulate materials at a fundamental level, opening up possibilities that were once so purely theoretical.
This is all incredibly exciting. But let's step back for a moment and be realistic. What are some of the challenges researchers are still facing in developing quantum computing?
That's a great question. While the potential is immense, there are still significant hurdles to overcome. One of the biggest challenges is building quantum computers that are large and stable enough to tackle truly complex problems, you see. Qubits are incredibly fragile and susceptible to errors caused by noise and interference from the environment. Building a quantum computer is like trying to balance a stack of coins on edge during an earthquake.
So it's not just about building bigger quantum computers. It's also about making them more robust and reliable.
Precisely. Researchers are working tirelessly to develop error correction techniques that will help protect qubits from noise and ensure that calculations are accurate. And while significant progress has been made, there's still a long way to go before we have fault-tolerant quantum computers that can operate reliably for extended periods.
It sounds like the now early days of Kwesigi.
Yeah.
Classical computing, when computers were
massive, prone to errors, and required specialized expertise to operate. You could say that. But just like classical computing has advanced dramatically over the decades, we can expect quantum computing to follow a similar path, becoming more powerful, reliable, and accessible over time.
That's reassuring. It's good to know that researchers are tackling these challenges head on.
Yeah.
Despite these hurdles, there's still so much excitement and momentum in the field. It feels like every day brings a new breakthrough or discovery.
You're absolutely right. The pace of innovation is incredible. And while we may not have all the answers yet, one thing is clear: the journey towards unlocking the full potential of quantum computing is one of the most exciting, transformative scientific endeavors of our time. And it's a journey that's only just beginning.
I couldn't agree more. This has been an incredibly eye-opening deep dive into the world of quantum computing. We've explored the mind-bending science, the potential to solve real-world problems, and the ongoing race to build these incredible machines.
It's been a pleasure sharing these insights with you and our listeners.
Now, as I wrap up part 2, are there any other areas of this fascinating field that you think we should touch on?
Absolutely. While we've talked about the exciting potential of quantum computing, I think it's also important to discuss the implications of this technology and what its rise could mean for society as a whole. We'll delve into that in part 3.
Welcome back to the deep dive. We've been on quite a journey exploring the fascinating world of quantum computing. We've delved into the science, the potential applications, and the race to build these incredible machines, now it's time to shift gears a bit and consider the broader implications of this powerful technology.
Exactly. It's crucial to think about how quantum computing might impact society as a whole.
Yeah.
As with any powerful technology, there will be ripple effects that we need to consider.
Carefully.
Yeah.
So where do we even begin? What are some of the key areas?
Yeah.
Quantum computing could have the biggest impact on our lives.
Yeah. One of the most significant areas is the potential impact on the workforce. As quantum computers become more capable, they could automate tasks that are currently performed by humans. This could lead to shifts in the job market across various industries.
That's a really important point. It's essential to think about how we can adapt and prepare for these potential shifts in the workforce.
I agree. We need to consider things like retraining programs to help people transition into new roles that utilize their skills in a quantum-powered world. And we need to explore new opportunities that may emerge as a result of these advancements.
Like we need to proactively build the bridge to that future rather than waiting until we're standing at the edge of a chasm.
Yeah, that's a great analogy. And while we're on the subject of potential disruptions, it's also important to address the issue of security. Quantum computers are incredibly powerful, code-breaking machines.
Okay, so we're talking about a whole new level of cybersecurity challenges.
That's right. The encryption algorithms that we rely on today to protect our online transactions and sensitive data could potentially be vulnerable to attacks from sufficiently powerful quantum computers.
So it's a bit of a race against time to develop security measures that can withstand quantum attacks.
Exactly. The good news is that there's a lot of research and development happening in the field of post-quantum cryptography, which focuses on creating encryption methods that are resistant to quantum attacks. Governments and organizations worldwide are investing heavily in this area to ensure that our digital infrastructure remains secure in a quantum-powered future.
That's reassuring to know. So it's not just about building quantum computers. It's also about making sure we can use them safely and responsibly.
Absolutely. And I think that's a great takeaway from our deep dive today.
As we venture further, it's at the world of quantum computing. It's essential to approach it with a sense of responsibility and awareness of both its potential benefits and its potential challenges. It's a powerful technology that could revolutionize many aspects of our lives.
And it's up to us to ensure that it's used for good.
Well said. This has been an incredibly insightful journey into the world of quantum computing. We've covered a lot of ground, from the fundamental principles to the potential applications and the societal implications. I'm walking away with a much deeper understanding. Exciting feel.
It's been a pleasure exploring this topic with you and our listeners.
And as we wrap up this deep dive, I want to leave everyone with one final thought. The quantum future is still being written. And we all have a role to play in shaping it. By staying informed, engaging in thoughtful discussions, and considering the ethical implications, we can help steer this powerful technology toward a brighter future for everyone. Thanks for joining us, and keep exploring.